Hello, how's it going? Hope you're doing well. Today I'm playing some Selesnya Kithkin in standard best of one. The season just restarted, so I want to see how well these little guys can climb the ladder. And I've actually been really looking forward to playing Kithkin in standard. So I've done something that I've never done before. I have avoided watching videos or looking at deck lists for this tribe because I wanted to come at it from my own perspective and not have it muddled or influenced by other people's ideas. I know the tribe is not the most complicated tribe to build, but I thought it would be really interesting just to see what I would come up with based on my own feelings and my own ideas about standard and see if it varies from what other people are doing. So this is the first iteration of the deck so far, and I think it's working pretty well. We're going to talk a little bit about it and jump into some games as always. But before that, I have to, of course, ask you for some help. Please sub up if you haven't done so already, and more importantly, leave a comment down below. Let me know what tribe has impressed you the most from Lorwyn Eclipsed, and like the video. That's a super easy thing that you can do that will help me out tremendously. So you can probably guess what we're going to do with Kithkin. We're a pretty aggro deck. We're going to go nice and wide. We're going to pump the boys up a little bit, and we're going to be slamming in for quite a bit of damage pretty quickly. I want to talk about the two cards that are not from Lorwyn Eclipsed before I talk about some of the other cards from the new set. Of course, we are playing 4 copies of Shelter by Ghost. This is the all-in-one annoying card that everybody knows, but it is especially cool in this deck because it has Ward 2 and the Bristlebane Battler also has Ward 2. So throwing on a Shelter by Ghost will make the Battler really hard to get off the field. The other card that I put in here is Dawn's Truce. This card is just kind of awesome. 2 CMC instant, we can gift a card that's going to give all of our permanents and us hexproof, and of course the permanents indestructible. Really good protection against board wipes. I'm not 100% sold on this one yet, but I'm trying it out, seeing how it goes. Another card that I'm not overly sold on quite yet is Ajani Outland Chaperone. Now, the card has done pretty well when it has hit the field. It is a 3 CMC Planeswalker, has 3 loyalty at base, and then it gets +1 when you create a 1/1 green and white Kithkin creature token. So throwing this out just allows us to go even wider with our army. The -2 provides a little bit of removal, and the -8 would be crazy if we get to it, but I don't think many people will ever get to it, so who cares? Now, the most impressive cards from this new set for Kithkin have actually been some of the less, the ones that look the least impressive, I think, on the base. The Aspirant has been absolutely fantastic. It's a 2/1 for 1, already a great stat line, but then it gets +1/+1 until the end of turn whenever another creature you control enters the battlefield. This thing doesn't even need to be in a Kithkin deck. This thing is just, well, it does need to be in a Kithkin deck because of that first line of text, but it's just fantastic. You could put other cards in here, and this thing is just going to keep growing and growing and growing. Now, you do have to behold a Kithkin, and that is something that a lot of cards in the deck are doing. What is behold? Well, to behold a Kithkin, you choose a Kithkin you control or reveal a Kithkin card from your hand. This is important because I think a lot of people probably just think behold means from hand. You can actually pick something that is on the field, and that's going to work to your favor in a lot of cases, especially when we talk about another card in the future. Another card that has really, really impressed me from the Kithkin is this thing, the Lieutenant. The Lieutenant plus the Aspirant. Awesome 1/2 punch. You are swinging for so much damage if you can go turn 1 Aspirant into turn 2 Lieutenant. This thing is a 2/2 for 2. It says whenever this creature or another Kithkin you control enters, target creature you control gets +1/+1 and trample. You love to see it. Dinosaurs can't get trample, but these little Kithkin, they get trample in this game. So these two cards, absolutely fantastic together. And then, of course, the Bristlebane Battler, awesome, just fantastic card. I think it's going to be seen play in other lists. I've been trying it in like a Selesnya counters list, Selesnya go wide list. It's just a cool card. It's a 6/6 for 2, but it comes in with 5 -1/-1 counters on it. However, every time another creature enters the battlefield under our control, of course, we remove a -1/-1 counter from it. So it's small at the start, but it grows pretty quickly, especially if we are putting out an Ajani and throwing out a 1/1 every turn kind of thing. The Eclipse Kithkin, just good value, can go and find a land or a Kithkin card from our deck. Brigid, also pretty impressive. This thing enters, it creates another body, then it can flip for 1 green mana, and it becomes a pretty powerful mana dork. Then we can flip it back into the white side, it creates another Kithkin. Pretty cool, awesome card. And then the champion of the Clachan, sure, I'm just going to call it champion. The champion's pretty cool. It works with the Dawns truce. I think we don't always want to be holding up 2 mana in a deck that we want to go wide with, but if we have a powerful flash creature like the 5/4 Flash Knight here, yeah, that's going to be good. It's a Lord. It gives other Kithkins +1/+1, and we do have to exile or behold a Kithkin to cast it, but not such a big deal because we are creating a lot of 1/1 tokens that we can target, or we can just behold something from our hand. Then we have just a couple of other cards to mention. Figure of Fable. I think Figure of Fable, it's good on turn 1. I know some people are not too impressed with it. A friend of mine, very much not impressed with it. But I think the mana ability to grow bigger into a 2/3, a 4/5, and a 7/8 eventually is something that you're not really going to do all that often. Now, if you do happen to have a Brigid on the field and she's in the green side, hey, you're generating a ton of white or green mana, and that can really be dumped into the Figure of Fable. And if it does get up to its 3rd level, it's a 7/8 and it has protection from each opponent. Protection from each opponent means creatures can't block it, nothing does damage to it. The only way to get rid of it, I guess, would be a board wipe. So it can probably close out some games, but I think most of the time it's just going to be a 1/1. And then the last card to mention is another card that I'm a little lukewarm on, but I'm coming around a little bit more on it. It's Brigid's Command. This thing is a sorcery Kithkin card. It is a Kithkin card, so we can actually behold it to the Aspirant or the champion over here if we need to. And we can choose 2 of these abilities. We can create a token copy of a Kithkin we control. Pretty cool if we're copying something like a champion or maybe even a Bristlebane Battler. It's not bad to get another one of those. Target creature creates a 1/1 green and white Kithkin creature token. I think that's probably the weakest mode on this overall. Target creature you control gets +3/+3 until the end of turn, could end a game, and then more importantly, target creature you control fights another creature an opponent controls. Most of the time I use the 1st and the 4th mode, but I've also used the 3rd and the 4th mode at times to close out games, or even the 1st and the 3rd mode. Different combinations can be quite powerful with this card, but I don't think I would want to run the full 4 for this deck. Then over in the lands, we're playing Cavern of Souls because Cavern of Souls in a tribal deck sounds about right, and 1 copy of Restless Prairie just to have a land attacker if we need it. So that is the breakdown of the deck. You can see the synergies that are happening in here, but overall what we're doing, we're just going wide with a bunch of very unique, powerful Kithkin on their own, and they get even more powerful when they're put together with other stuff. So hop into some games and just see how this one rolls out on this new ladder season. See you over there. Okay, first up, Guru. Let's see how well Kithkin can do on a fresh ladder. I am so filled with hope and optimism that these cute little monsters can muster up something on a fresh ladder. The reason I've done this is because I really want to test them to their fullest, because I know everyone's going to be their absolute sweatiest that they can possibly be when a brand new ladder restarts, and we got to try it out against real decks. Let's see if Kithkin can battle it out against the Quadra S tier decks that are available in the format. We want to avoid Kavaro, we want to avoid artifacts, we want to avoid Kona. I'm sure there are Konas out there floating around. We want to avoid Badger Mole Cub decks because we didn't draw our Shelter by Ghost right now. But that being said, we do have our pretty good Aspirant into Lieutenant turn 1, turn 2 play, and we can slam in with a 4/3 Aspirant. I mean, that's pretty good, right? It's pretty good. I'm so worried about an Ouroborai coming down next turn, though, and it completely invalidates everything our deck. We should probably just be playing Ouroborai. How many of you have been building green decks, and you're like, you know what? I think I want to build a new green deck, and you open up Arena, you go into new deck, standard, green, and then you're like, well, I think I'm going to play Badger Mole Cub because it's good. So then, of course, we're going to play Gene Pollinator and Llanowar War Elf. Okay, that's 12 cards. Well, if we're ramping into green, we're just going to get Ouroboros. Okay, that's 16. We may as well play the Leyline Weaver. It's 20 cards, and we need 23 lands, so we're up to 43. Huh. not a whole lot of room for making your deck a unique individual when the situation is like this, is it, Wizards? Decks are just auto build. But hey, we persevere and we find the one card that can maybe get us into a good spot here. It doesn't matter what I do here, right? Okay, we'll behold this autopay, this Kithkin, beheld. We may as well load up the Lieutenant, I guess. I don't know which one you load up here. I feel like the Lieutenant is a little bit less vulnerable. So at the very least, we get to get back a little bit of health. We get to put more pressure on the opponent. And the Eclipsed Kithkin next turn can help pump up our Lieutenant. The problem is they're going to probably have good follow-up. Just a hard cast Quantum Riddler. Okay. Which now we just can't really get through, can we? It's not bad. Okay. Let's put pressure on the opponent. We'll put out the Lieutenant. We'll put out the... We'll pump up the Aspirants, of course. Where's this one going? On that one, we'll put it on this one. Pump. Actually, maybe I should have loaded up one Aspirant. This might have been a mistake. It's fine. I don't think I can attack in with both of them. I should have just put everything on one because the Quantum Riddler being a 4/6 is a problem. Well, maybe we are okay. Let me see how it kind of plays out here. So if these things are going to go up to 5/4 trample creatures, 5/4 trample, they have so much damage. They can mitigate so much. I'm sitting here thinking maybe we can get in a lethal attack, but I don't think that's the case. So we'll make this one Aspirant nice and beefy. I definitely should have done it a little differently. And we get another Lieutenant. Okay. So next turn's good. A Lieutenant into Kithkin. Eclipsed Kithkin can present a ton of damage, just hoping that they don't have some crazy thing to follow it up. They could just sop up this 7 damage as well, right? They don't need to block anything. In a pinch, we can also gain 3 life if we really need to get up to 22 to mitigate, I don't know, some big attacker. But I don't think they're close to... I guess they could have... If they have a Cub here, they would have 2, 4, 6, 7 mana. No, they just have a second Ouroboride, which is... It's bad. Attack a little. Attack a little. Be greedy. No attack from the opponent. So they just lose on board, right? We may as well make sure that everything is getting trampled, though. It's so crazy. The Lieutenant has definitely been one of the more impressive cards to me. Giving +1/+1 and trample really goes super far. So hey, even against Ouroboros, we can somehow find a win. We were just lucky they didn't have a Badger Mokub, I guess. The Vegan T-Rex, I like the name. That's the Vegan T-Rex. It's rough out there for old T-Rexes. The Restless Prairie making things a little bit awkward, but the hand is good, and I think this might be a good opportunity for us to stress test Ajani. Man, I said in the intro that I'm apprehensive about Ajani. That changes things. We get that, so I think I will go this way. Apprehensive about Ajani because it's a 3 CMC make a 1/1. In an Ouroboride, Kavaro, Kona, Starcage Pinnacle world, I don't know if I want to be spending turn 3 with my boy Ajani up here or over there. I don't know which way it's going to go. Yeah, a little bit rough. But we'll see. You never know. So we do get our Kithkin here. We kind of want to find an untapped land. Yeah, okay. We'll get it. Sure. Okay. Get in for 3 damage against our opponent, who now is up to Ouroboride mana on turn 3. Ouroboride plus, we can call it. Actually, yeah, Enduring Curiosity, they can still... no, this doesn't double things. I'm just assuming that everything doubles everything. Okay. Unfortunately, we didn't hit a way of pumping up our Aspirant that much. I don't know what I was looking for. But I'm going to change gears. I'm going to go out with the Brigid. This gives my Aspirant a little bit more gusto. And I guess if they want to put the Vitality in front of it, that's okay. It'll go into exile as an enchantment, so they still get that benefit. But I don't know about... Oh, okay. 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 We can't flip the Brigid, of course, because we don't have green mana. So I think this turn we do have to go out with the Chaperone. And next turn we can go ahead and get Brigid going. So we are going to maybe see Dolan's Mind? Is that how we call this? I don't know what these Kithkin words are all about. But the opponent up to 8 mana. Is this the big boy? Is this a behemoth turn? I wouldn't hate a behemoth right now. No, it's a massive gold vein hydra. Gold vein. And yeah, well, Ajani, hey, you sopped up a little bit of damage, my boy. We will do that. And so we have our land drop. We do have interest. How much mana am I gonna have? If I put out, I would have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 mana. It's not quite enough mana to pump the Figure of Fable all the way up, but it's a pretty good pump up. Okay, let's make... I have to make the green mana with it now. Maybe I shouldn't have put out that Plains. I should have put out the Eclipse thing. And also I should have put out the... just a little bit of a misplay there. Not a big deal. We're not attacking in, I don't think, this turn. We're just going to load up the field with all of our stuff. And then next turn, then we can actually make something happen. Oh, we actually attack in with our Eclipse Kithkin. I don't see why I wouldn't do that this turn. Just to put a little bit more pressure. And there is a Bristlebane Battler. Okay. Okay, let's go. We may as well attack. So next turn, Brigid is going to produce a lot of mana. They're producing a lot of mana here because this gives them a ton of tokens. But they are down to 1 card. I don't know what that's going to mean for them at all. Or 2 cards, rather. What could they possibly have that... Well, I guess we're going to find out. They could have a follow-up Gold Vein Hydra. Okay, let's pump that last bit of mana into our Figure of Fable, and that's cool. We want to decline this time around because I am greedy. And we... Sure, what are we attacking with? Let's attack with the Kithkin, I guess. Make green mana. We have 10. So we go up to this, and we go up to this, and we now have a legendary Figure of Fable. And we're attacking, and I'm also attacking with this. Yeah, let's send it. Let's go. I imagine they block with the Enduring Curiosity. It's fine. Or Enduring Vitality. I'm so used to Curiosity. You can't block the Figure of Fable. The Figure of Fable is a 7/8 protection. It's going to kill you in a couple of turns. Defend the... This Enduring Vitality is putting up so much work. Okay, as long as they don't hit a Crater Hoof here, we're fine. So there we got to see Brigid dumping a whole bunch of mana onto the field. This only worked because the opponent didn't have the best draw. Poor Kithkin. Yuto. I think I play against Yuto quite a bit. The name, some of these names, nowadays I've been noticing names more often. And a cool little thing just happened. We got a mid-video upgrade. I actually leveled up to level 18, and it gave me the Parallax for the Lieutenant and another Mastery Pass thing. So I was also able to buy a skin for the Aspirant. So, hey, we hit pretty well, except we are getting turn 2 Deceated by Yuto. Come on, don't do the... I've had such a desire to play Kithkin. However, I have an even bigger desire Oh, they took the Johnny? Okay, I'm fine with that. I have an even bigger desire to play Lieutenant, to play Doorkeeper Thrall. I think after I make this video, I'm going to be playing a ton of Doorkeeper Thrall because I know this weekend's tournament has encouraged a lot of people to play a whole bunch of elemental decks, and I'm just going to be... I'm so tired of people having ETBs that are insane. Even though we have ETBs, of course. Ooh, they have a Consult the Star Chart. So I don't know what this deck is. It's a Demir. Probably scam type deck. So we should probably expect more Deceits and bringing back the Deceits with the Death trigger, the Evoke trigger. It's a stock up though. They might also have a board wipe for us. So we need to be a little bit... We can't be too greedy. Cavernous Souls is good for future things, but I think... Oh, do they have removal for Brigid? No. Okay, I'm not going to play anything else to the board, so I'm gonna do that. It's fine. And we will attack in just with 6 points of damage. The reason I wanted to flip Brigid there was because when you flip her back, she makes a 1/1. I'll just play it back to the field. So they slowed us down a little bit. They saved 3 points of damage. Cool. We are missing out on Lieutenant triggers as well, but it's fine. They're down to 13. We might get hit with evidence collecting board wipe, black board wipe 5 CMC thing that I'm forgetting the name of. I know I was actually listening to an old MTG Goldfish Commander podcast. Huge card for us. Huge. So huge, in fact, that I'm willing to play out to the board. Let's put it on this Lieutenant and put it on this Kithkin, I guess. I should have probably put it all on the Kithkins. And they were playing like a game where... Did I miss lethal? No, I don't think so. Where they had to name cards. So they're like cards with flash or cards with Nicol Bolas in the art. And I'm just thinking, like, I would be the absolute worst person to play that game because I don't remember any of the names. I only remember the effects of the cards. And even that's a little lofty. Hey, we're 3-0. We're not bad. Game number 4 against Square. Oko Abs. Right in my face, of course. Hey, there it is. We got the Parallax for the Aspirant too. Cool. Opening hand, you know what? It maybe looks a little sketch. The opponent did mulligan down though, and we do have these Eclipsed Kithkin. I'm also kind of impressed with the Eclipsed Kithkin. A 2/1 hybrid mana. It's pretty easy to cast out, and it allows you to go, you know, fix your mana, potentially get more gas. Like, it's just kind of a solid fair. I really wish like this was the baseline for 2 CMC cards. It would make me very happy if we saw more cards like that. The Voice of Victory is going to make things a little bit difficult for us with this champion. We're going to have to play it out ahead of time. Ooh. Okay, we'll grab the Brigid, and we're hoping we find a land off the top. We are going to be attacking in for 3. Why not? And if they attack, of course, they're going to get in for a cool 3 points of damage as well. We're not going to be blocking anything. This looks like it's probably the Boros Mobilize deck, which I hate playing. It never works for me. I've tried to play Arabella. I did remember the name, not the full name though. She has a different title, right? Arabella. I've tried it so many times and it never works for me. Yet when my opponents play it, oh, chef's kiss. It's so perfect for them every single time. Unfortunately, also kind of perfect for the opponent over there. They have the Voice of Victory with a Sheltered by Ghost, and we miss on our land. We need a land here. Eclipsed Kithkin, please. Surely the top 9 cards. Okay. Well, we have... I'm actually just realizing something now a little bit. The Eclipsed Kithkin can find a forest, it can find a plains, but it cannot find the prairie, it can't find the verges, and it can't find the Cavern of Souls. So that is 9 lands in the deck that are misses, and it's kind of making me wonder if maybe I should drop the Prairie. No, we only playing 3 Cavernous Souls. It's a little bit less. Opponent gaining life, hitting hard, and we find a bad card. If I put out Brigid, she can't flip. I'd just be putting 1/1s onto the field, which I'm going to need to start blocking. I'm going to need to start chop blocking. So let's do this. Let's start leveling up Johnny. The cool thing here, I can do the -2 next turn and maybe take out this Voice of Victory if they attack in with it. So that's something to consider. That's why I'm keeping back the Eclipse Kithkin, because if they attack very hard everything at a Johnny, I'm going to want to put chump blockers in front of probably everything. They're just going face. Oh, okay. I think it's fine to let 2 of the damage in. I don't think they have trample. They could have another frontline rush, but that's fine. It takes us down to 4. But next turn, we are going to be able to... Yeah, we're fine. A Johnny proving his value, blasting away at this Voice of Victory. They got stuck on 2 mana. And we get to... This is our opening. Next turn, we get to make more Johnny babies. And we get to pump all of these Aspirants up. We can also put out the Lieutenant to get a little bit more gas. Actually, we probably go... I don't know what we go out with. That's good. That is very good. Should I just take it with the Sheltered by Ghost? Man, missing on this green mana is pretty rough. You know what? Actually, maybe the safer thing to do is take... We're definitely doing this. Maybe the safer thing to do is take the bat, because we are at 4 life. If I take the bat, then I can swing in with all of this stuff. They can block the Aspirant if they really want to, but it's going to put us up to 8 life. It's not a big deal, and then we're kind of set up for probably a win. Hang on. Did I miss lethal? I may have missed lethal because of the champion having +1/+1 on everything. I bet if I put out the champion, I would have had enough to get through. Probably. My bad. Always missing lethal, isn't that right? This guy. Who is this kid over here? That's okay. Kithkin still miraculously getting it done. Only with white mana that game. We had stranded cards in our hand, and we were able to... Again, only win because the opponent stumbled. All right, things have been going a little bit too smoothly. I think we're gonna run into the Kavaro wall here. I'm predicting it first. You heard it here first, people. Kavaro wall coming up. We're gonna keep the Shelter by Ghost, because Shelter by Ghost into the Bristlebane Battler is so good in some matches. Some, not all. We'll see. Oh no. Did I really will Kavaro into existence? Okay, Simic Land can mean a few different things. We'll see. Is it a town? Ooh, hello. What are you? This creature enters with 3 -1/-1 counters on it. Remove a counter from this creature, draw a card. Remove 2 counters from this, tap target creature, put a stun counter on it. That is neat. We're going to make this Battler Ward 4 while we can. Attack in, and next turn, if we find a land, we can go Lieutenant and Shelter by Ghost, or hold up the Dawn's Truce. We drew... You don't want to draw both of these. We're only playing 2 in the deck, but you definitely don't want to draw 2. Especially against a Simic deck. Simic deck is... Hold up. That's black mana. And they have a second, so we want to land. Whoa, okay. How brave am I? Am I brave enough to load up only the Battler? Yeah, let's go for it. Let's go for it, baby. There's no way this turns out badly for me. This is I am playing with some bad fire here. But we get Ward 2, X2, Ward 2. That is quite a line of text. Okay. Well, that's not great for me. We'll put this out. So, you and permanents you control get hexproof. I would have to gift them a card to to get indestructible, and I don't think I can do that, right? If I attack in, they're going to block the Battler, of course, so we'll get 5 points of damage through, but is it really worth getting 5 points of damage through to give the opponent a card and burn one of our cards? I don't think so. I think I'm just going to hold this and hope that the next turn we draw something a little bit saucier than a land. They are, what is this, a Lander's token? Yeah, that's a Lander token. Okay. They are probably just going to be cracking the Lander token. Brigid's huge. Huge, huge, I say. It has Hex, can't be countered because of the 2 Cavernous Souls that we've drawn. And we get to hold up the Dawn's Truce now. Let's make the Battler a 6/5. Oh, it's even bigger than a 6/5. He's a big boy. Big old boy. Okay, get in. Mr. Ward 6. We're going to hold up this Dawn's Truce as long as we can. They just take the damage. Okay, so next turn, assuming we find another creature, probably will be okay. They crack the Lander. Lander gets basic, puts it onto the battlefield, so they'll be potentially up to 5 mana. They could be working towards a board wipe, which then is just a blowout because we're holding our super secret tech. Okay, they're passing. They're passing. What does that mean? Ooh, a Johnny. Do we flip her? No, we decline. All right, we're going to play out the Ajani. The Ajani could be countered. If it gets countered, I'll be happy. Are they holding an Aetherize? Is where my head's at right now. Could this be an Aetherize? There's no way, right? It's in the format. Aetherize, no. I was going to say, like, maybe Aetherize is target player, but I think it's just attacking creatures. I don't remember the text on Aetherize too well. Let's find out. It is something very unexpected. Okay. You and permanents you control gain hexproof. They're going to try to destroy my thing over there, so I should have attacked more aggressively. They gain life. Okay. I was too afraid of a card that nobody was playing. Call me foolish, but there was no way I was going to go in with the Battler knowing the opponent had 4 open mana with 2 blue. I don't know. I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. We get them down to 6. We hold up our Dawn's Truce. We have a Johnny still on the field. We can make our Battler an 8/6 next turn. If they have the board wipe here, we got them. Come on, board wipe. Do it. Just do it. It's a disruptive Stormbrood. It's fine. It's actually fine. So you and permanents you control gain hexproof until the end of turn. We don't even have to gift a card. Just the blowout. How awesome is that? We get to get in for not lethal. We're 1 point of damage short, right? Oh, the opponent just... they were... Oh, no, we did have... They blocked 5, 6, 7... Oh, we had 1 point over lethal. I was doing some idiot math. Okay, what a tear with old Brigid. Let's keep going. I'm actually on a little bit of a time limit here. I got something to do soon. I want to run through these games. The games are taking a little bit longer than I want them to. Oh, opening hand is sketchy. But I think I'm going to see how far I can push Figure of Fable and also this Ajani. We draw the 4th land. I don't know what I'm doing here. No more lands, please. Against Kona. Okay. That's bad news. Well, maybe good news, because like I said, I am on a bit of a timer, and I do need to get through these games. So maybe if they have turn 4 Omniscience, I'll be okay with that, and we can just move on with our lives. Okay. This hot run has to come to an end. The Kithkin are not 5-0 decks, okay? This is not, or whatever you want to say. It's not a deck that's going to run the field. We're going to try our best, but let's see if the opponent has the thing. They don't have green mana, though. They just have the Uthros. Is it possible that they've drawn... Well, okay, there's a green source, but it's tapped. Interesting. Maybe they're just not scared of what we're doing, which why would they be scared of what we're doing? This is very not scary. Okay, the opponent discards down, and we find another Figure of Fable. Not a card that I really want to see. So I think it's fine just to do this, though. Get this up to a 4/5, attack in for 5 damage. It is what it is. Opponent, do you have the thing now? This is the very interactive. Another thing from the Goldfish podcast that I was listening to recently, they talked about non-games and how many non-games in... I don't know if that was in Commander and Standard that they were talking about it, but it kind of got me thinking about non-games in Magic and wondering if I should... What's wrong with it? It looks weird. That's really funky. Wondering if I should start recording or taking notes about, like, oh, this game ended up being a non-game, blah, 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 blah. All right. Because I would consider this a non-game. It was, you know, these combo decks, it's you have it, you win. You don't have it, you lose. And I think that is, in my mind, in my definition, the exact thing of what a non-game is. That's why I don't like Kavaro, too. 2, 4, 6. Yeah, we played 6 games. I've been trying to play a few more games than 7 games because of... I just want to make the videos a little bit longer. But like I did say, I'm on a bit of a timer. We'll see how it goes. I think I can go just a little bit more. I keep looking down at my watch here. I don't want to be late. But let's see if we can get off to a good start. Maybe opponent doesn't have a whole lot of aggression. This is a very good opening hand. They're playing Demolition Pool. All right, so we're just loading up the field. 1, 2, 3. It's possible next turn we're going to go 4. Fine, spread the love a little bit. 5 more damage in on the opponent. I don't know what Plains Demolition Field means. But if we draw a land here... Okay. If we drew a land there, we would have been in pretty good shape. We didn't draw a land, but... I mean, it's actually kind of fine, right? We can put... No matter what, I have to just crack this first. So let's make green mana. We're up to 5 mana. So do we want to go Battler and Thoughtweft Lieutenant? Yes. Yeah, we'll do it. We'll do it this way. This is going to be more damage overall. I know we're going to be losing a little bit of damage with the Battler not getting a -1/-1 counter coming off of it, but I think this is still the better way to go. And it doesn't really matter where I put this. We will level up this just for the sake of ease and attack in with a pretty good thing. Arabo, the first Fang, cool card. Not really going to give us too much trouble, though, I think. And next turn, we can probably go out champion. Sure. Can I have both Brigids on the field if I don't flip? Okay, this game just got a whole lot longer. I shouldn't have been bad-mouthing Arabo over there, right? Who could have seen that coming? Okay, fine. Brigid back on the field. It's fine. Maybe I should have put out the Eclipsed to try to get a land for next turn so we could go out with 2 of these cards. But this is also 2 bodies on the field, and I can flip Brigid. She can make mana, so we'll see. Okay, we got rabbits and cats. Why not? We may as well block that one. There's no reason not to. And we miss on the land, so I guess we are flipping old Bridgie. And let's put the Lieutenant, Thoughtweft Lieutenant, onto the field. And we might not be able to muster up enough power here, actually, because this is only 4. Is it better for me to do... Or it's only 3, right? Tap. Add X green or... Why is it only 2? Where X is the number of other. Because I'm skipping an entire word. I'm so sorry. I know some of you are looking at that and being like, it says other. It says other. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, we do find the land, and I'm going to grab the land over the potential creature that I could have put out. And it's fine. We have it on the field like this. Next turn, we can generate 3 mana, so 7 total. We can do some cool stuff, especially if we draw another land. We can maybe go Lieutenant plus one of these cards, and that'll be a pretty good attack. Yeah, I'm having a feeling I'm only going to get 7 games in today. Ooh, Elspeth. So Elspeth's bad, right? Do they choose to create soldiers, or do they choose to destroy something? They could choose to destroy the Brigid, which I think probably a pretty good plan here. Then again, they have to be careful of this Lieutenant, because next turn we have the ability to put out quite a few creatures. We can go Lieutenant plus this Brigid. That's going to give us 5 triggers, I guess, because this will trigger on that one. This one will come in and get 2 and 2 more triggers, so 5 triggers. That's a lot of trample damage. So if they attack in a little bit of a weird way, if they just leave 1/1s back, it could be a problem. Okay, they just go in with Arbo. Sure. No reason not to. We're down to 13. They're probably going to make soldiers. No, they're going after Brigid. Okay, I don't hate that plan from the opponent. I think it might have been the right plan. So we're going to stick to our plan, though, and we're going to push as much damage around the opponent as we possibly can. And I think... Oh, it's actually more triggers than I thought because it counts itself. We should be okay to take a win here. So all we do is we spread out the love. Everybody gets a little bit of damage, and we swing on to the opponent for 7 damage. Cool. Wow. I like seeing decks like this. It's so much more enjoyable for me. And it helps that we were able to find a win there. All right. I think we're sticking to 7 games today because time. All right, pretty impressive performance from the Kithkin out of the gate here, going 6-1 with this little run of 7 games. I need to play more of this deck, though, because we didn't really run into too many of the big things. We didn't see any Kavaro. We only saw 1 Badger Mole Cub. We did get slammed down by a Kona deck. So, yeah, maybe try out the deck a little bit more. Things that I need to try out. I'm not... Ajani is such a weird card for me because in games he did save my butt a few times, but I'm not sure if it's still the right fit for the deck. Cards that I was super impressed with, Brigid is awesome. Brigid hitting the field, always going to be good. 2 copies might not be enough. I kind of want to go up to 4 with her. Still, I think the standout card, Lieutenant and Aspirant, like I mentioned in the intro. And yeah, of course, Battler proving himself worthy. Another card that was a little bit lukewarm for me was the Champion, but I think I just didn't really get a chance to use it very much, and I wasn't really focusing too much on that +1/+1. Pretty sure I missed lethal in that one game if I had thrown out the Champion. Shouldn't have given the opponent one more chance, but that is what it is, growing pains. But overall, I think the deck's cool. Please let me know some recommendations for this one because I want to come back to Kithkin. I think it is a very fun tribe to play, and they got a lot of tricks. They got a lot of power. Just got to find the right combination of cards for the current meta. So do leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think. And that's it for this one because I got to run. Sorry to have poor time management, but it is what it is. Take care for now. Saranga Ipana, and I'll catch all of you in the next video. Enjoy your weekends. Bye-bye.